My prayer is the gratitude to everybody, especially my parents and the person who helped me to have baby steps to become a physician, and the person who showed me to move out of the box to learn how to heal. That is my guru, Vaidyarakam Dr. Raghavan. I have to show my gratitude with prayers. And another one, at a young age, Dr. Prashant had the determination to start a center just for multiple sclerosis. And I really appreciate his determination and admire his effort. And thank you, Aish Prana, Dr. Prashant, and the team. I was fortunate to be a part of the center a couple of months back, and I really appreciate my heart full of blessings for your future. Now we'll talk about mind. What is the mind? The lot of people give a lot of explanations, but the most interesting explanation given by my guru is if you draw a circle and put all the sensory organs and draw a diagonal where it meets, that is mind. And this is my what I am going to communicate is my personal opinion, as well as that is from my experience also. The mind, before we start the mind, we need to get an idea of the connection with, we all talk about mind, body, and the spirit. So we want to know what is mind and the connection with body and spirit. In this slide, it says that it is from Kadopanishad. The it is a sloga, Atmanam Ridhinam Vidhi Shariram Ritamayavita. I'm not going to complicate thing. It is simply translated is the organ are the horses, the mind is the rein, the intellectual is the charioteer, and the soul is the rider or the passenger, and the body is the chariot. For that, if I want to explain that the harmony between the sensory and motor organs and the mind, an important factor to be to have a healthy mind. Heart and mind. Heart, people say you are a kind-hearted person. That is a mind. I never heard anybody say you are a kind brain person. So we have to give some importance to the connection with mind and heart. That is Anahata Chakra. That means it is unhurt. So when you, according to Ayurvedic philosophy, the heart resides in, the mind resides in the on the right part of the heart. When you look at the cardiac plexus or Anahata Chakra, it makes sense. If you get an anxiety or emotional upset, excitement, it is going to change the heartbeat. And if you see something nice or something calming, it is not going to created a tenderness to the brain, it gives the tenderness to the heart. So my belief system, from my experience and learning, mind and heart does have a close connection. The second thing is, what is the concept of health according to Ayurveda? Having all Ayurvedic texts talk about, excuse me, or talk about the mind-body connection. It is the tridoshas, five sensory organs, motor organs, the digestive enzymes or Agni, all should be in harmony. Then only you can say healthy. But it says that prasanna mendriya manasa, a happy prasanna, atma, the soul, indriya, the organs, sensory and motor organs, and mind should be in a state of well-being. Then only we can say we are healthy and happy. What can make you unwell? Stress, tension, anything that make you uneasy can cause ill health. One of the research said the cortisol regulation, cortisol, is a natural corticosteroids produced by um, the body to balance the happiness. Low cortisol can cause weakness, fatigue, low blood pressure. High cortisol can create weight gaining, high blood pressure, mood swings. So it is a very important factor to have to regulate cortisol in our system. For that, there is people can take medication, but I believe the power of the brain. I believe what we can do with positive thought pattern, how to balance the cortisol level. First is a regular regime of sleep, an important factor to balance the cortisol. Then moderate exercise, not too much, not too less. Recognize stressful thinking. Be positive all the time. That does have a big effect on balancing the cortisol. And we are in a world of hurry, hurry, hurry to do nothing. Time is important. Time is money. That's the world is turning to. But don't think that way.
जेवणाचा ब्रेक जातो ना आपल्या त्याच्यामुळे मग आतड्याला व्यायाम मिळतो आपल्या व्यवस्थित करायला.
So try to find a way to relax your mind and the body. Then learn something spiritually. I'm not talking about God or religion or anything like that. Something, believe in a divine power which controls the entire universe. That is spirituality for me. And try to eat healthy food. I'm a vegetarian, but I'm not asking everybody to be vegetarian because I live in a foreign country. 99% of the people are non-vegetarians, but how to make it possible, even if you are eating food, you can add certain things. If you have any question, please let me know. Um, Adding certain natural spices can help to make it positive. And everywhere, wherever you are, even at a workplace, even at your home, even with your friends, create a joyful atmosphere. That's very important for the calm the mind. And always try to avoid negative relationship. I always uh, think about the position of our ears and eyes. I hear things which is unpleasant to me. I always thank God it is in a straight line. Let it go through the other end. I may be seeing things which is not appealing to me, or it will create negative uh, impact on my mind. So I'll close my eyes. That is the way I cope with negativity. People have to, the definition of the society is Pinna Ruchiki Loka. Everybody have different taste. So you have to find a better way which is suitable for you. Not just blindly follow somebody. You never surrender your minimum intelligence to anything. For that, what you have to do is be yourself. That's the most important factor to have a healthy mind. For your mental health, certain things we can do. Don't worry. A lot of my patients will come and say, what are you going to do if something happens to you? I will say the divine power will send a better person than I. So don't worry about anything. It is a flow of the nature. It's the rule of the nature. It will go on. And we are in a society, people don't know how to console. If you tell your subordinates, this is what I am going through, somebody will be happy. With a smile, let them say, oh, let her or let him suffer. Discuss your condition or personal problems to the right people. Those people should have the kind mind. And always, because of the advantage of technology, what happens is if you have any healthy problem, you will go to the internet and you will find the worst thing. If a person have a sore in his mouth, you Google it, what is going to happen? The internet will convince you have cancer. Then you will think about it, worry about it. So try to avoid that kind of unnecessary quest to learn what is happening with us. And one thing, the most important thing is to be grateful to everything we have. For that, you need to have the surrounded by the positive thinking people. And in every day is going to be positive or happy. That is not possible. There is going to be bad days in our life. But consider it is a positive. Otherwise, it is driving through a highway. No problem. Just cruise control. That is not going to be the life. There is going to be some ups and downs, and accept that in a positive way. For the for your mental health, it is it depends upon the body constitution, vata, pitta, and kapha, and the gunas, satvika, rajasic, and tamasic. So you have to understand how to balance this. And please don't try to balance going through the internet and I am Vata, Pitta, Kapha. This is the best way to for me. Better to consult with a knowledgeable physician and they will be able to help you. Most of the internet documents are just a translation from Sanskrit books, but that is not the true. You have to, when it comes to your mind and body, you have to have the guidance from a qualified physician. Lifestyle, job, family, try to create a harmony with what you have. Don't compare with others because you are soul, you are an individual person. When you start comparing yourself with others, life is going to be disappointing. I never compare with anybody, and I learn things from different teachers, and I accept what is best for me. There is a lot of people teach us meditation. Lot of people, especially the COVID time, everybody was telling do pranayama, do chants. And I saw my patient there sitting there, their mind is not concentrating with anything. When they close, they can only think about corona. So that is not going to help anybody. So in our rishis, I don't know any Westerners attending this. Rishis are the sages of India. The definition of rishis is the mantra dhirtaram iti rishi. Their IQ is complete neurons are developed. For layman like us, we some the busy life, we don't have the time to sit or meditate or do pranayama. So they give lot of other options. It is simple. Chanting prayers or some songs you love the most, sing it loud. That is will help the same effect, not as good as pranayama, but it will have the little bit effect of the pranayama, which will stimulate the neurons in the brain. When you have a problem, and the repetition in Chandogya Upanishad, it says that Udgidam, repetition of the same positive words will turn to mantra. Mantra means mananal trayate iti mantra, which saves you. And make sure, I told somebody, do that. They chanted their favorite person's name. That was the ex-girlfriend. So caused family problems. So don't do that. You do something which you like the most. That is also will help to calm the mind and give the positive energy. Repetition of prayers or the name of the loved ones. That is another way to for a busy person to calm the mind. And little bit lifestyle changes can make a big difference in stress, anxiety, and everything, especially for MS patients, depression, anxiety, and pseudo bulbar effects. Because the third one is not most of the people never mentioned about that. It is the communication with the friend at the back of the brain. They can be, for no reason, they can get outbursts of laughing or crying can happen. That they have to diagnose by themselves. To avoid this, exposed to sun will help a lot. Not too much sun. The reason is if the pineal gland, Hippocrates never mentioned about pineal gland. Galen is the one found some importance of the pineal gland, which produces serotonin and melatonin. It only stimulated by the exposure to sunlight. That is what our sannyasis, our yogis introduced Surya Namaskaram, sun salutation. And there is no that much effect of the pineal gland if you do sun salutation in a closed room. It need to be exposed. And eating habit. Eat fresh food as much as possible. In Ayurveda, it says, Punarushnikritam annam vishobhamam. Reheated food is like toxin. In West, people will cook for the whole week on a Sunday and microwave it. I know we are busy, we don't have the time. At least steam it instead of putting under the stove or microwave. That will help more energy. And like I told you, it is my experience and my personal opinion. It is not to offend anybody. Do everything with a positive attitude. Even eating. Please turn off the TV while eating. Nowadays, I see kids, if they want to swallow food, they want to look at the iPad. Stop that habit. If you are watching a violent movie and eating, the quality of the food is going to be create negativity and aggression in your mind. So that is what in every culture, every religion, people used to pray before eat. The prayer. The prayer is not going to reach God. I don't believe. I believe the God within me. To calm myself, to create our annam, because in Indian culture it says that annam devam, annam brahma, the food is God. And consider in front of a hungry person, food comes as the form of God. So give that respect. And in West, people say junk food. The creator never created anything junk. What we call the junk food is maybe a life-saving medicine in a developing country. So respect every bite of the food. And for a healthy thing, healthy diet habit is don't go for the modern diet. What our ancestors used to eat. That's the best for because our brain is stored with millions of years of knowledge, the memories. People change to the Western, like I live in America, everybody look at the calories. Everybody look at the everything, vitamin, all these things. This is the most unhealthy society, physically and emotionally. Most of the psychologists in the world is in America because eating the food, looking at the calories and vitamins and nutrients. Eat with love. That is so. For that, I believe when I started eating Western food, my health declined a lot. Then I started to eat the food my ancestors used to eat, and it helped me to gain my health a lot. So think about it. Like this is my personal, individual opinion from my own experience. You have the right to take it or leave it. For your mental health, you need to have the confidence in you. That is what we are lacking. We don't have in confidence in ourselves. We feel like this person will give me happiness, or that job is going to give me happiness. If you are not confident and you are not happy, Nothing can give happiness to you. You have to have the passionate approach to each individual. The compassion is God. Like I said, it is my experience and my belief. And always be with the positive people. They help you, they love you, they care about you. Because we are dealing with a disease, autoimmune disease. And the latest research said that there's a big impact of uh, between autoimmune diseases and stress. Nothing to stress about. If you have a positive mind, why we are getting stressed? Patients will come. Why it is me, Dr. Soman? Change that thought pattern. Be positive. Why not me? That should be the way we have to approach. So that will give positiveness and help you to get rid of the negativity. There is important parallel with having a problem, grief. Because if you are diagnosed with MS or autoimmune system or neurological problem, first is shock, then denial. Why it happened to me? Then you will feel the pain and guilt. What did I do wrong? Then you will get angry. Then you will start bargaining. Okay, I will do this, it will help me. I will go to the church and light candles or go to the temple. Then get depression. Then it will turn, because of the strength of the mind, it will make an upward turn. Reconstruction and working throughout it. Acceptance and hope and belief. So that is the way we have to approach. It is normal to be sad. It is normal to be angry. But we need to change the thought pattern. For that, why not me? Not why me. What are the ways to improve your mental positivity or mental strength? Avoid negativity. Start a day with positiveness. I do meditation 1 hour every morning and then I watch the news. I will absorb all the negativity, what is happening in the world. Try to find out something positive and don't depend upon Dr. Google. I said before, like be the positive people. That's what in Bhajago, the one of the Shankaracharya's book written, Satsangate Nisangatvam, Nisangate Nirmohatvam. Nirmohate Nischaladattvam, Nischaladatte Jivan Mukti. I will translate a little bit. Satsangam, people with the sattvic quality or good quality, that will help you to get a positive inertia. That's what we want, especially patients with multiple sclerosis. I don't want to say multiple sclerosis, not repeating the same word to make the people suffering, I am a sick person. I don't, any debilitating disease or autoimmune disease, they need to be positive. Find your joy. My joy is different, your joy is different. What makes you happy, do that. But it shouldn't hurt others. That's very important thing. And it's a proven thing. 50% of the medical tests are wrong. So don't dwell on and worry about the medical test is going to be. Don't allow that to annoy. And try to give positive vibration to the universe. For that's the thought pattern. Action to be positive is you can do meditation, breathing exercise, yoga, like I said before, chanting, singing, and it is in Ayurveda, it says that application of oil on the head helps a lot to relax. And find the physician, talk to them your problem, sleeplessness, anxiety, depression, or worry. They can suggest the perfect oil which is suitable for your condition, your state of mind, and try to apply that. That will help a lot because anything go through the skin and penetrate the myelin sheath to get to the nerve center, it need to be oil. Oil is the only one do that. That's what our sages, our rishis develop certain technique. Modern medicine is just started doing, accepting the fact of the effect of oil. And when you talk about emotional problem, in Ayurveda, it says like it is the science. It is the ancient Shruti, means there is no, there is two way of teaching, Shruti and Smriti. Smriti is according to the society, it changes. Smriti is permanent. Shruti is permanent. So according to Shruti, Ayurveda is a Shruti. It says emotional problem can happen from most of them. You may have the right to laugh. Bhuta and Graha. What is Bhuta or Graha? The planetary positions. And Bhuta means unknown energy. In the 21st century, modern psychology and psychiatrists started accepting you can create, you can have emotional problem from unknown energy. So our sages established this long back. How to avoid that? Only thing we can avoid with prayers, positiveness, and trust in yourself. That is what I always believe what Jesus Christ said. If you do have the faith of a mustard seed, you can move mountains. So I tell everybody, uh, I tell everybody, keep the like chickpea size of piece size of mind. That will help. I'm concluding it. The most important thing, believe. If any patient comes and tell me, I hope you can help me, Dr. Soman, I will say, no, I cannot treat you. Hope can be hopeless. So believe. That should be the mantra you have to start every day. I believe in my willpower, my positiveness. And don't forget, while you are busy doubting yourself, someone else is admiring your strength. Thank you for listening. Thank you for giving me an opportunity, as well as Aish Prana and Dr. Prashant. Thank you for giving an opportunity to be part of your venture.
Thank you so much, doctor. We have a few questions as well. So the first one, there is a lot of stress in MS patients. A lot of people search into the internet. It is scary to a huge extent. So what is your suggestion about it?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yeah. So there is a lot of stress among MS patients. A lot of people also search the internet. It is scary to a huge extent. So what is your suggestion about it?
Simple question, don't do the internet. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to get an answer for that. Right? If something is disturbing, that is the human mind, negativity. Want to learn, Because of that, I really like people on the internet. That's my bread and butter. They get confused and come and see. But try to avoid that. Instead of going to the internet, find a qualified physician, psychologist, psychiatrist, Ayurvedic, ask, seek help from them.
The next one, if the mental strength is more or higher, will it be any helpful or useful in overcoming a disease?
The reason is mind is so powerful. Like I quoted before, if you have a faith of a mustard seed, you can move mountains. So that's the mental capacity. I see patients with their prayer, mental capacity, they say, so that's possible. And that should be the way to overcome disease.
What is the connection between root chakra and mental health? Could you please elaborate?
The root chakra, Mooladhara. When I forgot to mention, thank you for that question. In my practice, about 50% of the neurological problem, that includes Parkinson, in multiple sclerosis, everybody have a injury to the root chakra causes most emotion, because that's the base. That's where everything starts. So when an injury to the root chakra affects the entire nervous system, so that will affect the mind also.
Okay. Next one, trauma and body memory, how to consciously solve blockages. Trauma and body memory.
Trauma. Yes, the best method is, there is a lot of, we have to understand there is a lot of technique they are developing how to get rid of it. There is a technique called tapping. It's called neuro-emotional technique, because the childhood trauma causes a lot of autoimmune disease in the future. So there is technique. What I suggest is the trauma. We will never forget anything. But if we give forgiveness, when you remember, the impact is going to be less on the mind. So my suggestion is the traumatic incident which happened in your life, write it down. Then cremate it, let it go. That's the best way to cope with the trauma.
Elaborate on how to strengthen the root chakra.
Breathing exercise, pranayama, and walking on uneven surface without shoes.
Okay. Next one. Sometimes depression and anxiety is a symptom of MS from neurological damage. So do you believe that at some point it is necessary to seek pharmacological intervention?
The most of the problem with psychiatric medicine, after a while, it does have only a placebo effect. It is not going to help for a long term. That is what we give. Being an Ayurvedic physician, I don't suggest to take psychiatric medicine instead of natural methods, like people say aromatherapy, picholi, lavender, cucumber oil. All these kind of things can help the anxiety.
Okay. Next one, women are more prone to depression due to hormonal imbalances. What are your suggestions about it?
women are more susceptible to anxiety and depression. That's the question.
Yeah, women are more prone to depression and anxiety due to the hormonal imbalances. So, what are your suggestions about it?
To balance the hormonal changes, there is a lot of, the level of estrogen. All these things can cause problems. The food change the food habits. Most of the people, women have the anxiety and depression, mood swings at the time of premenopausal syndrome, PMS. So in Ayurveda, talks about eating sweets, chocolate, but the modern science also approving 3 or 4 days prior to the uh, period, start having some sweets, eat more sweets, and you can have a tea or a kashayam made out of sandalwood. Sandalwood will help three doshas, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, and calm the mind. It does have both ways, calm the mind, and it will help to spiritually increase the energy also.